Your Humanities Half Hour is brought to you by the Northern Marianas Humanities Council.
Hapade Zantero, welcome to Your Humanities Half Hour. I'm Catherine Perry, and today we are reflecting on September Cultural Heritage Month. And joining us is Project Coordinator Agatha Ketebengang of the Carolinian Affairs Office. Aggie, Lesor, welcome to the show.
Lesor, Mamay.
So maybe you could start us off with telling us what is September Cultural Heritage Month what is it all about, and why do we observe it?
So, Cultural Heritage Month is when we highlight our culture here in the Marianas, both Carolinian and Chamorros. Cultural Heritage Month recognizes aspects of the Chamorro and Carolinian culture, which are both tangible and intangible. Our language, our traditions, our food, our arts, music, and performance, our historical inheritance. For me, September is a beautiful month. Personally, it's the month where I celebrate who I am as a Rafalawash person.
I understand the activities started off today.
Mm-hmm.
What is the first event that is being celebrated this month?
So today at San Jose Church, we had actually celebrated a Eucharistic Celebration. As every Rafalawash would agreed to me at an early age. We were taught to always thank and praise Jesus in everything that we do. We ask Him for His guidance. We ask Him for His protection, for His wisdom and clarity in our everyday journey. So this morning we kicked it off with Mass at the San Jose Church.
Okay. And then what other activities do you have planned for the month? I understand there's a proclamation signing coming up this week.
Yes, proclamation signing. The proclamation signing has been scheduled for Tuesday, September 7th at the Carolinian Affairs grounds, or Leut. It will be at 10 a.m. We are asking everyone to come join us for this proclamation signing, as you know, it's a very important month to celebrate. A proclamation signing, if you don't know, is an official declaration issued by the governor himself, where he announces and makes known that September is Cultural Heritage Month.
And this proclamation will cover both indigenous cultures, Chamorro and Carolinian, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
I was going to say it's really nice that you're celebrating it at the UT, because it's a wide open space. I was thinking of the governor's conference room, and only so many people can
attend
fit there.
Yes.
So it's really nice. It's going to be 10 a.m. on Tuesday. And we did also extend an invitation to the Office of Indigenous Affairs to share what they have going on this month. So a little bit later on, we're going to hear what the actual proclamation says. But what other activities do you have? Do you have any outreach to the community or to children this month? What's on your plate?
Yes. We do have educational outreach, and this is to private schools and public schools that would like us to visit their school. So what happens is we bring out our instructors to the classrooms, where they demonstrate and teach moyar making, usos making, likatitir, weaving, not just weaving, many kinds, hand fans, alur, or hats, baskets, or yas. Yas is the thatch, the roof.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
of the hut. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
We've reached out to PSS, and we're just now working on a schedule with CCLHS and their team. So, yes.
Are you going to be going to all grade levels, or are you focusing on a particular grade?
We're visiting all grade levels.
Okay,
yes.
Great. It seems like, that's one of the best ways that we could celebrate the month, is reaching out to the students. Have you been involved in any student outreach since you've joined the office, and what kind of response are you getting from the kids when you go out?
It's funny because a lot of these, from the last educational outreach that I did was down at San Antonio, and a lot of these students didn't know what beads were, and no, they're not Carolinian students, but they're of other. How do I say this? Ethnicities, yeah. Mm-hmm. Other ethnicities, and they're surprised that we can take this really small bead and turn it into a necklace. Many of them would like to do it again. Well, with the last school that we visited, which was FMS, they had a lot of fun. Many of them didn't know how to string a bead, but we did it, and they took it home and showed it to their parents. So, it's really fun to do these educational outreach.
And just to explain, likaditter is that wide bead necklace that you see the Rafalawash wear, because there's actually names for different types of beadwork. And we're going to hear more about a project related to beadwork that the office is taking up in the second half of our show. But, you and I were kind of chatting and laughing together before the show about language. Mm-hmm. Like, I often feel awkward somewhat speaking Rafalawash because a lot of times I use mentok or kapasamuel because I don't know what is not appropriate. I'm learning, but I was surprised to hear that you also sometimes feel kind of hesitant. What are the kids that you're addressing who are like a generation younger than you? What are you finding as far as where they are with their language skills? Do they ever talk to you in Rafalawash, or is it all in English? Or do they, if you talk to them first in Rafalawash, will they respond? As far as cultural heritage, where do you feel the kids are at nowadays with their language proficiency?
To be honest, a lot of the kids nowadays, and I'm talking because I have kids at home too, one is 10 and one is 13. So we speak to them in Rafalawash, but they would respond in English. Mm-hmm. So it's really sad that we're beginning to lose our language. Even if we instill it to them, or we try to teach them, they go out there and they speak English to their Rafalawash friends, or they speak to English to their grandparents, and that's also my fault for not beating them, or I don't know how to say it, but
forcing them to respond in Rafalawash.
Respond in Rafalawash.
Yeah, it really does take a conscious effort, and I also have fallen short in that area. But the good news is my son, even though he's 20, he has asked me, Mom, can you speak to me in Carolinian? And then he can understand a few phrases, but you know what? I inevitably go back to speaking in English. So it really takes an effort. Yeah. One of the other activities you have planned for the month is related to something near and dear to all of our hearts, and that is food. In fact, in the old days and still today, when you go to a Rafalawash household, there's really no word for hello. Mm-hmm. The greeting for hello is tamama, which means come and eat. You know, you're passing by somebody's house on the road and they'll call out tamama, come and eat. Mm-hmm. So tell us about this night, starting with what is an
Okay. An is the underground cooking or oven. In Polynesia, they say umu.
Here really?
We say yeah.
Okay.
So it's really underground, an oven.
All right.
Yeah.
And so how is this night going to be celebrated?
Okay, so right now we are still planning on the finale, which is the night. We are excited for the plans, actually.
What kind of food are you going to have? This is... Like, what kind of things are cooked in the
Oh, what kind of things you can cook anything in the but for this night we're doing the pig.
Okay.
The pig and local food. Yes.
Like root, like a taro
and yam.
Sweet potato, maybe. Okay. From what I've observed, the is really men's work.
Yes.
But could you give us a little description for those who are not familiar with it, what you remember of how it works, what the process is, they dig a hole in the ground, I believe, because it's not on top of the ground, it's kind of like underground.
Yeah. So they dig a hole, and then we use lava rocks with faisal. We put it in the hole, and then
build a fire.
Firewood.
I haven't watched the whole process. Okay.
A huge fire, and when the fire comes down, well, the rocks are going to be heated already, so they turn red.
Wow, they get that hot.
Yeah, they get really hot, so they turn red, and then, that's where they lower down the pig or whatever it is that you're going to be cooking underground. So, and they cover it with banana leaves and all sorts of leaves, and just make sure that it's all covered, no smoke is escaping that hole, and you wait 4 hours. And
so I think
you're making my mouth water.
Yeah, sorry, I just had a thought. Not only enjoying the food is going to be great to enjoy, but I think if you could get there early and watch the process,
yes,
that would be very educational and interesting as well. Do you have a date yet for that?
We are looking at Friday, October 1st for the night.
Wait, and is there a charge?
No, there isn't a charge.
That's lovely. That's very cultural. We like that. I understand also that you're going to have some concert nights?
Yes. We are bringing back, or we're planning on bringing back the Sunset Concert, which happens on Sundays. So it will be every Sunday starting maybe next week on the 12th. We have communicated with RMS, the NGO that
Rafalawash Music Society.
Yes, the Rafalawash Music Society. We have spoken to them and other people as well. But yes, we're bringing back the Sunset Concert. This concert is also free, where we come together and we sing Carolinian songs or Chamorro songs, or just sit back, relax, and enjoy the music, enjoy the sunset. The kids are
free to run around and play.
Yes,
there
or
at the
swim.
Grounds. Yeah.
Bring down your benches and your, picnic tables and come down and join us. It'll be fun. It'll be fantastic. So please come down and join us for these events at the Carolinian Affairs Office.
All right. Well, when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more about the projects that the Carolinian Affairs Office has, including the USOS project, and we'll be back with more after this break.
Hafaday, Olomwai, and greetings from the Northern Marianas Humanities Council. This is Executive Director Leo Pangilinan. This year, the Council celebrates our 30th anniversary, marking 3 decades of partnership with the community on a wide variety of programs that help us navigate our human experience. And we look forward to another 3 decades of doing the same. Would you consider partnering with us by making an educational tax credit donation? BGRTs and income earnings for individuals are eligible. And thank you for your continued partnership and support in making our program available.
Half a day. Paguna-Sakkan, ta celebra imina 30 años desde Anamanaguaha Northern Marianas Humanities Council. In Northern Marianas Humanities Council, manazutuda gi comunidad para u abiba ilinala todo Tauta Marianas. Tat kumia dudu ki man ilo information den tilingu put Marianas, I azudu ki mafatinas leblus an ottuna documentu, I azudu siha ginini exhibitioni differentes na programanya siha, zan hanagwagwaha conversacion gientuli Tauta Marianas. In kumbibida hamzu todo para indanyai I Humanities Council di actividad siha ni managwagwaha Paguna-Sakkan. Pues maila de tafana abisita, tafana ilie yesti siha na actividad de ta celebrahit. Si Diyos maasil.
Tirowomi, lalrahiel, Nebulasyon Northern Marianas Humanities Council, Rihimaseg Rabayora Emmasehila Shushu Biha Aelig Rech Yarayora Bulastioye Humanities Council. Bulasio-yel Nyalisir Tola Prerabu Amuri Alangal Masmasal Malwer Lal Marianas. Ewewe Shahutul Ngerafatal Meta Malerarmas Alangal Mahutukutul Lal Sob Mearongrong Tola. Ayatarwahami Bobu Fiti Shulapia Aikamesharahami. Bobu Tabwe Metaya Afshia Tutelal Lal Rahye 2021. Aiketetengah Babu Warihami Meye. Hiliso.
Welcome back to your Humanities Half Hour. We are chatting with Project Coordinator Agatha Ketebengang of the Carolinian Affairs Office about Cultural Heritage Month here in the CNMI, highlighting both the Chamorro and Carolinian cultures. Aggie, could you share with us the proclamation that the governor will be signing? I know a lot of thought goes into the wording that goes into these proclamations, and I think it'll be a really good opportunity for us to kind of get a picture of what the Carolinian Affairs Office and the Indigenous Affairs Office really hope to achieve with the celebration of this month.
So a proclamation, Chamorro and Carolinian Heritage Month, September 2021. We, the Chamorro and Carolinian people of the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands, are very proud of our cultures and traditions. Our heritage represents an array of distinct cultures that enrich both our indigenous people in many ways. Our way of life is valued through language, culture, customs, and traditions that we continue to embrace. Therefore, we dedicate our uniqueness by celebrating the month of September as our Chamorro and Carolinian Cultural Heritage Month. Whereas Chamorro and Carolinian Cultural Heritage Month will provide us more opportunities to showcase our unique cultures and traditions. As Chamorros and Carolinians, we need to continue to educate and inspire our younger generation on the importance of our ways of living. We shall further promote and showcase them so it may continue to flourish. Whereas dedication and remembrance are very much part of our culture. In particular, respect and recognition of family values will be observed toward our familial heritage, traditional chiefs, clans, Samol, and Magalahi, to remind us of our roots and to commemorate the souls of those who gave their lives to preserving cultural practices and principles. Whereas we recognize and honor the historical account of an animistic chief and principal lord named Ladahao, a Magalahi who lived in a village called Arayao, located along the southwestern shore of the island of Saipan. And whereas September 23rd, 2021 shall be dedicated to commemorate the 35th anniversary of the 13 fishermen lost at sea, including those lost at sea, and September 25th, 2021 shall be dedicated to Chief Akurup and all other traditional Magalahi and Samol. Whereas our ancestors who made their homes on these islands continue to live together in peace and harmony. With this, we strive for peace, we embrace unity, and we extend all cultures peace, harmony, and friendship. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the governor
will sign.
Yeah, will sign.
And I think we should note that this proclamation is traditionally translated into Chamorro and Carolinian.
Yes,
as well.
That's correct.
So if anybody would like to help kick off this month officially, they can join the proclamation signing ceremony, which will be on Tuesday, the 7th, correct?
Mm-hmm.
At 10 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
at the Carolinian Ut in Garapan. Can you also share with us this ongoing project related to traditional Carolinian beadwork? Or actually, it's not an ongoing project. It's a new project under the Carolinian Affairs Office. And the thing that's interesting about this project is I think it also ties into tourism a little bit.
So with the USOS project with Marianas Visitors Authority, We are slowly phasing out what we have there right now, which is the cowrie shells that we give out to our visitors.
The necklaces,
Yeah, the necklaces. We are slowly phasing that out, and we want to give out what is culturally appropriate, and with us that would be the usos. Usos is the lei necklace made out of beads.
So something that reflects more of the Marianas.
Yes.
Versus shell necklaces that are purchased, shall we say, elsewhere.
Elsewhere,
yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So the usos is made here. They're all handmade. We have artists that have come together, and they put the usos together, and we're working with MVA to provide those to our visitors.
And was this an initiative of the MVA or the Carolinian Affairs Office?
I'm gonna say both offices.
Okay.
Yeah, collaborated on the project.
Now, this isn't the big likatitir, right? The wide one. This is more of the streamlined version. So what is it going to look like?
What do you mean?
It's basically going to hang around the neck.
Oh, yeah.
Hang down
on the neck. So it's like a lanyard where you can, put your ID on it or hang a pen, or it's like a rope around the neck.
Okay.
Yeah.
Could you explain to us a little bit about usos beadwork and what it means to the culture, what it means for? I think a lot of times people focus more on the technique, like this is how you do it. You do 3 red and then you do three yellow. But in the context of a family, what does it mean for somebody to, for example, make you usos?
Oh, that's priceless. That's priceless. From growing up and learning from my grandma, when somebody gifts you an usos, it's priceless. That's how would I say? It's just like giving a 2-carat gold to somebody.
And why is it so priceless?
Because it's made. How do I say it? From the heart. The colors that they put together, the work that is being, put into that necklace is, what's the word I'm looking for?
Love.
Yeah.
Yeah. And for me, I think that's something that's so important to remember when we talk about all these things that we traditionally do. This is the way we traditionally make this food. This is the way we traditionally do beadwork. This is the way we traditionally make a muer. It's really the cultural values that are behind it. Like in the old days, they use, as I understand, like shells or even little rocks or pieces of coral to make this so-called beadwork. Well, now we use plastic beads, so yeah, it's not as traditional as it was hundreds of years ago, but the values are still the same. In that, when somebody made that muer for you, and puts it on your head, it's not just a nice weaving of flowers. It's a reflective of the love and the respect that they have for you. And especially when it comes to beadwork, as somebody who is not skilled in beadwork and has tried only to string a few beadworks, I can technically string beads. But let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, every single bead is, by those who really know the craft, every single bead is reviewed as to whether it is too wide. I mean, you and I look at the beads and okay, all these beads are yellow. They're good to go. No. A true craftsman will say, They're these
not the
beads
same size?
Not the same size. This one's too wide. This one's too narrow. This one's lopsided. I mean, there is a lot of time and attention and love that goes into this usos. So what is the future of this project? How do you think it's going to be implemented or rolled out? Or do you guys know that at this time, or is it still very preliminary?
Yeah, I think it's still very preliminary. I'm
okay.
Not sure. I cannot give you an answer.
Okay, well, next year we'll probably have an update on that.
Yeah, we just started on it.
Well, I know you wanted to mention a little bit about, other than these activities for Cultural Heritage Month and the Assaults Project, what is the real function that the Carolinian Affairs Office provides to the community?
Surprisingly, not a lot of people know what the Carolinian Affairs Office is and what is it for. But the CAO, or the Carolinian Affairs Office, is an office that was established by the CNMI Constitution to represent the Carolinians in the CNMI, or on the islands. So ngali kami alangemi shakumo sukulei elo ya office bulasio yayash elo arbalmul elo garpan ngere halior meta au necesitai rel bandal trabajo ngere eyor application ka umshel babu au necesitai zura baibu sheluk mirel filling out of the forms, printing out of the forms. Malaw tolong lal office baibu azuda kami. Not just that, it's just really anything. The past few, especially when COVID hit, many of our people came through the office with the assistance, with stimulus and tax, and you can come to the office and we'll help you with anything that you may need. We are here for you, and we'll always be here for you. So you can come by, say hi, or
bring something to share and eat. No objections to that from Aggie. No, but I think that's a really good point. It's not just about cultural heritage. It's about your day-to-day administrative needs of your family. That's something the office can assist with.
Help it. Yeah.
Wow. Aggie, thank you so much for coming today. I know it can be a little bit daunting to be the voice on the radio show for an entire office representing an entire category of people, and I really want to extend my thanks to you for taking the time to come and share what you guys have planned for the month and coming up. Any final thoughts before we go?
Yes. Please come out and join us. Mama yang resi pengulshu basub celebrahish yel oral subu achorong mo abal hiselen shawal faliu yayash sa abal achorong mo subu abari hishiyo sa shubo subu amalawa me tepengi koye kosh refalosh.
And I would personally like to wish everybody a Cultural Heritage Month and invite everyone to take advantage of the opportunities provided by the Carolinian Affairs Office and the Office of Indigenous Affairs to learn more about the Indigenous culture and celebrate it and enjoy it more together. Thank you, Aggie, again.
Hey, thank you.
This has been Your Humanities Half Hour. I'm Catherine Perry.
This program was supported by a We the People grant awarded to the Northern Marianas Humanities Council from the National Endowment for the Humanities. Any views, findings, conclusions, or recommendations expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily represent those of the National Endowment for the Humanities or the Northern Marianas Humanities Council.